What up, it's Chris from Laser Lemmy. I missed you. I know you saw me last week. You might have saw me last week. Actually, about 40 you saw me last week, but I want more of you to see me last week. So go ahead and check out my last week's video. Check out this video while you're here. Anyway, let's talk about Microsoft Xbox One. Remember when the Xbox One was first announced? When Microsoft said, TV is the future. They said, we are announcing our new video game console, and it is about television. Not playing games on the television, it is about watching shows on the television and movies on the television and TV. It was a system based around an aging, dying medium. And I don't mean television as a whole, I mean the way people watch television. It had 2 HDMI ports, an in and an out. And that was because you could plug your cable box into it. It was focused on cable. You could connect your cable and search, it was a different way to search your cable through a console. It was like, why not add another box to the cable viewing experience? Because why not? That'll make it better, right? Nope, nobody liked it. Microsoft announced all these shows. They said Xbox One is going to get dedicated, exclusive television shows. They're in development. They brought this lady up saying the Xbox One is going to be the new water cooler. We're going to talk and just have fun with the Xbox One. Nobody liked it. Not a single soul. They announced all kinds of stuff. They said there's going to be FIFA or soccer, or there's going to be this show and that show. The most notable was Halo. I think executive produced by Steven Spielberg. You might have heard of him. He's making a Ready Player One movie as I speak. He's coming out with the BFG, the big fucking giant, or the big friendly giant. One of those. Anyway, this guy was supposed to have a Halo show, and when Microsoft, about last year, quietly canned everything TV related, they said, oh, but Halo's still happening. Halo, of course, our big franchise, is still happening. I have not seen any of the animated Halo-produced movies or the mini-series that they did, but supposedly they're all pretty bad. But again, I haven't seen them. So Spielberg behind this is a big deal. Now, much earlier, about 5 or 6 years ago, there was a Halo movie that they were really trying to get off the ground. They really were pushing for this. They even had the District 9 director at one point attached to it. That's Neil Blomkamp. He directed District 9 and Elysium and Chappie, and he's gonna get, District 9 you might have positive memories of, and Elysium, Chappie might not have such hot feelings for. But he's getting an Aliens movie after this new Aliens movie comes out. I digress. Halo is supposedly still happening. Even as I speak right now, Halo is not on the cutting board table. However, one feature is, and you might have seen it if you read the title, DVR. Gone. Not that you ever had it, at least not with an Xbox One, but DVR, free DVR, no longer happening, at least not for your TV shows. All this stuff, this whole vision Microsoft had with the Xbox One is completely gone at this point. Kinect, I haven't seen an Xbox One sold with a Kinect in probably over a year. Even though when Microsoft first announced that the Xbox One would have a SKU that sold separately, they said, Kinect ain't going nowhere, folks. People are going to want to buy it separately. Did not happen. So, DVR is the newest thing to be chopped. It was a planned feature. Here's what Microsoft said, me quoting it roughly since I no longer have the quote in front of me, but they said, our fans have spoken and they want other things more. And we're going to bring that to Xbox One and Windows 10. Notice they actually said Windows 10 in the same breath as Xbox One. They are really pushing Windows 10. They really want PC to happen. Not just PC, tablets, smartphones. They are trying to change their business model fundamentally. If you have a PC, you might have noticed your operating system changed to Windows 10. Most likely. Because even if you didn't want it to happen, Microsoft forced it to happen for a lot of people recently. So you might be watching this on a Windows 10 computer right now. And you might not be happy about that. If you have Windows 8, you should be happy about it because Windows 8 was not so great. I digress again. DVR is gone, and a lot of people probably aren't happy about that because if you are still experiencing the cable companies, myself included, you're not a big fan of the DVR situation because what was a simple concept, which is, what it used to be with the VCR in the 90s. Let me rewind for those of you who don't remember what it means to rewind. In the 90s, there were the VCRs. I'm sure you've seen them in a museum, but with the VCR, you just got a tape, blank tape, maybe not so blank, shoved it in, and you could record a show. You could even pick a time and record a show on a mechanical device, spinning tape. Amazing technology that, degraded, had no 1080p capability. You couldn't record multiple shows at once, but it was still pretty cool. Nowadays, you need to get a DVR. And the most feasible way for most people to get a DVR is to rent it out through their cable company or their satellite company. And those fuckers will charge you about $10 a month roughly per DVR. So they are really raking in the cash for a box that already has the capabilities in it. Sound familiar? Sound like every game with microtransactions in it? That's what a cable box DVR is. You're paying for something, you're leasing it. And the Xbox One had the potential to kill that. It had the potential to be a one-stop shop. You could buy the system and have a DVR forever. It was free. You didn't have to pay for a service. It was a hard drive. That's all it is. It's a hard drive recording from the HDMI out and the HDMI in. That's it. And it's not happening. That was the one cool feature I kind of thought was interesting for the Xbox One. It would have been nice to have. I don't have an Xbox One right now, but if I did, I definitely would have made use of that and cut the DVR service I have right now because I barely use it in the first place. But that's the situation. The Xbox One TV vision is dead. The dream is dead. If Halo actually ever gets off the ground, which I really don't think it will, at least not in this state, maybe it'll be okay. But going by history, probably not. Probably not. Unless, maybe it becomes a movie. Again, maybe it becomes a good movie. So, maybe look out for that. Maybe I should say maybe a little bit more. But those are the facts. Them's the facts, folks. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think of DVRs in consoles? What do you think of the lack of DVRs in consoles and broken promises? Because while Microsoft broke that promise, they just offered a vague statement about, giving people what they really want, while not actually explaining what people really want. Let me know your thoughts, comment section below. Subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll see you next time.